welcome back to Wilder Path Farm. Here's everything that I do during the winter to keep my horses warm, healthy, and comfortable. First thing I do is check up underneath their blankets in multiple spots to ensure that they're warm, that they're not wet or soggy, and that they're not too cold. Sometimes horses don't wear any blankets because they grow their own winter coat. As the weather is currently, we went from rain to snow and it's still not too cold. But it's not typically the cold that you're too worried about. It's the wet, the wind, and then the cold as it whips through their fur winter coats. Some horses are wearing one blanket while others are wearing two. I love my new blanketing system. I have blankets that need to dry up here. These guys have been dry for a few days, but I just haven't taken them down. But it makes storing blankets super convenient. I can just pull them off the hook with a grabber that I have, or I can grab a step stool to get them off the hooks that I put onto the roof. And then I also have a couple shelves back here for like coolers, stable blankets, more stable blankets. I have a lot of horses, so I need a lot of blankets. So other than blanketing our horses, we like to make sure that all the horses have an option for shelter. So the horses have access to the woods if they so wanted to get out of the wind. Because honestly, I think no matter if you have a 3 or 4 sided shelter, the woods do a really good job at breaking wind. They also have access to one shelter down here. That shelter ensures that they always have a warm, dry place to stand out of the wind and out of all of these elements. Today we're having a bit of snow coming down. We do offer multiple shelter, such as the bush, the shelter just down in the woods there, and then these 2 shelters as well up here. Although those horses never use them, but at least they have the option. Horses need 24/7 access to hay in order to keep their guts moving. They are grazing animals, so they constantly need to be eating. So it's imperative that they have access to hay at all times, and that means that even in the worst weather, you still have to go out and make sure that they have hay. The tractor makes light work of this. Honestly, if you're going to own horses in Canada, a tractor is a necessity for daily chores, from snow plowing to moving hay to removing poop. These 2 are playing right now. Giving horses the ability to run around and play also allows them to warm up their bodies freely. Alongside natural play, it's also good to exercise your horses. It strengthens your bond, as well as it gets their joints moving, and it's always fun. Horses like Honey here have both feather and a long tail, so we're gonna have to make sure that her little dreadlocks there get cleaned up. So this is what I'm talking about with the snowballs. So we're gonna remove these now. I find that this is the easiest method. Some warm water and just kind of get them off. As long as your horse is well behaved. So I'll stand here and we'll get the rest of these snowballs off. So that's hot water, and then to prevent the snowballs from forming on her tail, we're going to loosely braid this. not really tight, not too loose. And we're only gonna braid the bottom half of her tail while her foot soaks. So this prevents it from touching the ground like it was before. The trick with this is that you can't just turn them out right away because they'll get more ice and snowballs on their legs. I have a towel here, so I'm just gonna dry off their legs, and then once she's dry, she'll go back out. I'll take her foot out. Good girl. And now we are snowball free. So we gotta dry these legs and then she'll be ready to go back out. Honey came up for a drink of water, and she could be standing in the shelters, but she chooses to stand out here. No, she's not cold. We also make sure that there's multiple accesses to salt and mineral blocks. These are a necessity all year round. We also offer a heated water trough to make sure that the horses have access to fresh drinking water. This is my water setup for winter. So just in case if our faucet does freeze, we can defrost it, but always having an access to plenty of water for the animals to either attach a hose and run it out to a trough or fill a bucket to soak grain. Now you might be curious as to how I can know what horse needs what. I always check their body temperature and to see if they're being comfortable, as well as their body condition and how they're feeling on a day-to-day basis. Horses like Honey and Amora only really wear a light waterproof blanket just to ensure that they keep the wind off of them and all of the elements. For my harder keepers, I do offer multiple grain meals per day that help meet their nutritional needs. I do find myself feeding a little bit heavier, so that means more, during the winter season just to ensure that their bellies are warm. If horses have food in their bellies, they tend to stay a lot warmer. So the horses have access to salt outside, so I'm not concerned about their salt intake per se. I'm more concerned that the horses continue drinking through this temperature drop. Because so it's going from like 0 to negative like 8, feeling like negative 11 to 15, and then it gets colder and colder on Saturday. So for the next couple days I'm going to be feeding the electrolyte. If you're curious of anything that I fed them today, plus their vitamins and minerals that I do feed on a regular basis, you can check out my other video right here on exactly what I feed and how much I feed and exactly the cost breakdown. But for today, we are going to add in an electrolyte to ensure that they're still drinking. Having stalls clean and ready to go. This one's obviously empty, except for one poop that Beauty just did. But it's empty right now, so if I were to need to bring in a horse, say for an emergency because they're injured, then the stall is ready for them. Just gotta put some bedding down and of course clean up that poop. This weather honestly isn't the best. It really sucks because the ground's not frozen, so it's a little bit muddy, and then the snow, and then it's about to just drop down really cold. So we are going to be bringing in horses to switch over blankets. I just want to take a second to just talk about winter wear, because we're talking about the horses' winter wear, and that's great, but also us being able to take care of the horses, we need winter wear too. So I have a pretty thick winter jacket on right now. This one is quite old. But my favorite thing in the winter to use on a daily basis are these coveralls. These coveralls are a bit big for me, but they're super comfortable. They keep my clothes clean and dry. They keep me a lot warmer than what I normally would be. I'll probably never come outside during the winter without a hat, so probably the rest of my videos you'll see me in a hat. And then typically I have work gloves on unless I'm filming because I need my fingers. So that is it for this video. That's how I keep my horses warm, dry, and comfortable all throughout the winter. If you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like and comment down below what you'd like to see next. I'm thinking an evening winter routine as well as a winter riding routine. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.